In terms of research and planning, common conventions of music videos have been reviewed in both general terms and more specific terms. For example, one convention that is consistent regardless of the genre seems to be the idea of cutting on the beat using thought beats, as stated by Andrew Goodman. This was acknowledged through our own successful use of thought beats in our video. Another general convention that was utilized in the music video was the use of ellipsis, which created pace more effectively. Through observation of other musicians, I also feel I was successfully able to create a brand image for the artist Dan Conley. My research of similar independent artists has enabled me to pick up on similar conventions throughout the representing the performer. Although there is evidence of star image shown in most of the research I have seen, in the folk genre, artists tend to shift the view from themselves or try to simply use shots that don't exemplify the artist as above another person. For example, in Ed Sheeran's music video, The A-Team, Ed Sheeran himself is only a cameo in the music video. However, his cameo is important, representing his diluted form of a star image. He gives the girl, which was the focus of the music video, the opportunity to connect with another human being and gives her charity. And in another piece of research, Passengers Let Her Go, there is also evidence of a diluted star image creating a pseudo-star. This is because, although he tends to be the focal point of the performance aspects and shots in the music video, he also shares the spotlight with the rest of his band, as well as having backstage shots with him simply communicating with his band. The shot types used in this music video are also not typical ones, within reference to the creation of a star image. This is because the shot types are not canted shots from below successfully showing a high status or importance, but are from uncanted directly shots at the performer. In Handwritten, similar shots are used to create the same pseudo-star image as in Let Her Go.
Another way in which I followed the codes and conventions was through the use of imagery and facial, familiar and typical of the genre itself. For example, a theme which is consistent from evaluating the most specific research is the use of shots with nature. The mise-en-scène consisting of natural elements, for example like the trees and the fields, was something I too adopted and incorporated into my own music video immediately. In fact, use of this conventional mise-en-scène would likely be helpful to Dan Conley as far as promotion goes, because viewers of the genre are immediately established through shots amongst nature, as well as cutaway shots containing elemental representations, i.e. the running water on a pipe with a little bit of moss, adding life to it. This pipe is great for expressing the symbolism and ideologies that are typically associated with this kind of genre of music. The ideology being harmony with man and nature. This is echoed throughout the piece with shots of wildlife and other nature. The use of liminal locations is also a key convention integrated within our music video. For example, the underpass, the sewer and the field. This convention of using liminal locations is also useful as a useful element because it allows the viewer to project their own ideas about not only where the location itself is and what the location means to the character in the video. This projection not only makes the video more accessible, but also creates a fake depth to the video as well.
Laura Mulvey's The Male Gaze Theory is also typically subverted in this genre, unlike more typical genres which are not limited, but include rap, club, and most importantly pop. Given that there are not a lot of shots of many other characters other than the main artist Dan Conley, when there are shots of other players, the shots connote something of an oppositional take on supporting players. For example, in the brief shots containing the female bassist, the shots are either canted at a downward angle or level. Uncanted and subverts Laura Mulvey's theory of media presenting women as objects. Deliberately subverting this typical trend in the music video was important because of the much wider scope of the audience when it comes to genre.